Damian Lillard's NBA journey has taken yet another unexpected turn, and now the basketball world is buzzing with speculation about what's next for Dame Time. After the Milwaukee Bucks decided to waive and stretch Lillard's contract over the next 5 seasons, he has officially hit the free agency market. And among the short list of teams reportedly interested in bringing Lillard aboard is none other than the Boston Celtics. This prospect alone has Celtics fans buzzing, but it's complicated. And in today's deep dive, we're going to break down exactly what signing Damian Lillard could mean for Boston, both on and off the court, and whether it's even a realistic possibility. Before we jump in, don't forget to subscribe to the channel because we're covering all the hottest Celtics rumors this offseason, and we're just a handful of subscribers away from hitting our next milestone of 53,000. So if you're a true Celtics fan, hit that big red subscribe button and join the family for nonstop Boston basketball coverage. Now, this news broke courtesy of Mark J. Spears, a trusted NBA insider, who revealed that shortly after the Bucks announced their decision to move on from Lillard, several contending teams wasted no time reaching out to gauge interest. Among those teams, the Golden State Warriors, the Boston Celtics, and the Los Angeles Lakers stand out as frontrunners in the conversation. It's no surprise Damian Lillard remains a hot commodity despite his current injury status, and his stature as an automatic Hall of Famer cements his value even as his career faces uncertainty. That brings us to the elephant in the room. Lillard's torn Achilles suffered during the first round of the playoffs against Indiana. This is a devastating injury, and for a 34-year-old guard whose game relies so heavily on quickness, agility, and explosive scoring ability, the path to a full recovery is anything but guaranteed. There's speculation that he might be ready to return sometime after the All-Star break in 2026, but the truth is, no one really knows for sure. If he does manage to come back, it might only be for limited minutes, playing a very reduced role. So, what does this mean for the Celtics? On one hand, acquiring a player of Lillard's caliber could be seen as an upgrade or at least a valuable addition to the locker room. On the other hand, the Celtics roster and salary situation make this a complicated puzzle. Boston is currently $20 million over the luxury tax line, and with Jason Tatum expected to miss the entire next season due to his own Achilles injury, the team doesn't look like a championship contender in the immediate future. This raises an important question. Would Damian Lillard want to join a team that's essentially rebuilding or developing while he's still rehabbing his injury? Would he agree to a veteran minimum contract just to be a part of that process? There's a potential silver lining here if you consider the rehab angle. Both Lillard and Tatum are going through the same grueling recovery process from similar injuries. There's a unique mental and emotional challenge involved in coming back from a torn Achilles, especially for elite athletes who have defined themselves by their physical abilities. Imagine the benefit of having 2 future Hall of Famers rehabbing side by side, supporting each other through the highs and lows of recovery. It could be a positive environment for Lillard, a chance to rebuild confidence and strength alongside a teammate who truly understands what he's going through. If nothing else, that kind of camaraderie and shared experience could be invaluable. From a purely basketball standpoint, though, the Celtics would have to seriously evaluate whether it makes sense to carry Lillard on the roster while he's likely sidelined for most, if not all, of the 2025-26 season. Boston already has 15 players under contract, and to add Lillard, they'd have to clear space, which means potentially moving other players or making difficult financial decisions. Given their salary cap and luxury tax situation, it seems unlikely they'll dive deeper into the tax just to sign a player who might not even play next season. On the flip side, the Golden State Warriors appear to be a more natural fit. They have more financial flexibility and one of the best medical staffs in the league, headed by Rick Celebrini, who's renowned for his work in player recovery. Plus, the Warriors represent somewhat of a homecoming for Lillard, who grew up in Oakland. Staying close to family and familiar surroundings could help ease the burden of recovery and make the transition back to NBA life a little smoother. Back to Boston, the Celtics' immediate focus seems to be clearing salary and planning for the future rather than chasing short-term additions. After signing Josh Minott, they're still well into luxury tax territory. To get under the tax line, Boston will likely have to make some tough moves, such as waiving J.D. Davidson or trading players like Anthony Simons, who command a hefty salary. Trading Simons could be tricky, as few teams have the salary cap space or desire to absorb that contract, but it may be necessary for Boston's financial flexibility. It's worth noting that Boston wants to keep key young players like Sam Hauser, who is a long-term deal and is an important part of their core moving forward. So the Celtics will have to navigate carefully when deciding who to move and how to clear space. Looking further ahead, Boston's championship window appears to be on hold until at least the 2027-28 season. That's when Jason Tatum is expected to be fully recovered and ready to lead a contending Celtics team. Along with Jaylen Brown, Derek White, Peyton Pritchard, and Sam Hauser, Boston could have a strong core to build around heading into that season. The summer of 2027 will be critical, as the Celtics will have more salary cap flexibility and draft capital to add impactful pieces via free agency or trades. If things break right, Boston could comfortably field a $300 million roster, a massive sum in today's NBA, without incurring punitive repeater tax penalties. This would allow them to aggressively pursue the next generation of stars and push hard for another championship run. Until then, the next couple of seasons will likely be about development and patience. The Celtics will look to identify diamonds in the rough, players like Luke Kornet or Josh Minot, who can contribute in expanded roles. They'll also hope for growth from younger players like Baylor Shire and rookies, such as Hugo Gonzalez, who could develop into solid rotation pieces by 2027-28. It might not be the most exciting period for Celtics fans in the short term, but it's a necessary phase of growth. Teams that want to compete at the highest level need to manage their cap situation carefully and build sustainable rosters. Boston's front office, led by Brad Stevens, has a tough balancing act ahead, keeping the core intact while trimming salary and preparing for future opportunities. Some fans might wonder if Boston should tank or take a deliberate step back next season to improve their draft position. This strategy could help them acquire more young talent to accelerate the rebuild, but it's always a tough pill to swallow. Winning culture is important in Boston, and the team will have to find a way to develop players and stay competitive enough to keep fans engaged. When Jason Tatum returns healthy, Boston will be poised to re-enter the championship conversation in a big way. But until then, the Celtics must be smart, patient, and proactive in their roster management. So, coming back to Damian Lillard, should the Celtics sign him? From a basketball perspective, the upside is limited given his injury and the team's current state. However, the potential benefits to his rehab process and leadership in the locker room can't be ignored. If he's willing to come on a veteran minimum deal and focus on recovery, there could be some merit. Still, given Boston's financial constraints and the roster crunch, it feels unlikely they'll make that move this offseason. For Lillard, Golden State seems like a more sensible destination. A familiar environment, better medical resources, and a team built to contend sooner rather than later make it an appealing option. All things considered, this offseason is shaping up to be a transitional period for Boston. The focus will be on clearing cap space, developing young talent, and preparing for the 2027 window when the team can make a serious run with Tatum and Brown leading the way. If you think the Celtics should take a flyer on Lillard for the vet minimum, or if you believe they should steer clear and focus on rebuilding, drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to stay up to date on all Celtics news, rumors, and analysis, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications, because we'll be here breaking down every move as it happens. Damian Lillard's NBA journey has taken yet another unexpected turn, and now the basketball world is buzzing with speculation about what's next for Dame time. After the Milwaukee Bucks decided to waive and stretch Lillard's contract over the next 5 seasons, he has officially hit the free agency market. And among the short list of teams reportedly interested in bringing Lillard aboard is none other than the Boston Celtics. This prospect alone has Celtics fans buzzing, but it's complicated. And in today's deep dive, we're going to break down exactly what signing Damian Lillard could mean for Boston, both on and off the court, and whether it's even a realistic possibility. Before we jump in, don't forget to subscribe to the channel because we're covering all the hottest Celtics rumors this offseason, and we're just a handful of subscribers away from hitting our next milestone of 53,000. So if you're a true Celtics fan, hit that big red subscribe button and join the family for nonstop Boston Basketball Co. A new buzz is stirring in the basketball world, especially among Boston Celtics fans, as rumors circulate about a potential addition to their roster. The talk of the town is MAXIME RAYNAUD, the versatile Stanford star who could be the Celtics' next big asset. Though nothing is confirmed yet, the possibility of Raynaud joining Boston has created quite a stir, with enthusiasts speculating how his dual-threat capabilities might fit into the team's dynamic. MAXIME RAYNAUD has been turning heads with his impressive performances at Stanford, where his ability to contribute on both ends of the court has earned him recognition. Known for his versatility, Raynaud can seamlessly switch between guard and forward roles, making him a valuable utility player capable of adapting to various game situations. This adaptability aligns perfectly with the Celtics' current strategy, which emphasizes flexible lineups and a fast-paced style of play. Sources close to the Celtics management hint that the team has been keeping a close watch on Raynaud's progress this season. His blend of athleticism, court vision, and defensive prowess ticks many boxes for Boston's needs as they look to deepen their squad. The Celtics, eager to maintain their competitiveness in the Eastern Conference, could see Raynaud as a promising young talent who might inject fresh energy and versatility into their rotation. Speculation is rife that Boston's front office could make a move soon, especially with Raynaud's contract situation possibly allowing an easier acquisition. The buzz is not just limited to fans and analysts. Insiders suggest preliminary talks or scouting evaluations may already be underway. Of course, this remains in the realm of possibility rather than certainty, but the chatter alone has ignited excitement around what Raynaud could bring to Boston's game plan. If this rumor holds any weight, Raynaud would join a storied franchise known for its commitment to team basketball and player development. His arrival could potentially create new tactical options for the Celtics coach, especially given Raynaud's knack for stretching defenses with his shooting and ability to guard multiple positions. The Celtics have long valued players who can contribute in multifaceted ways, and MAXIME seems tailor-made for that mold. As the season progresses, eyes will be on how this story unfolds. Will MAXIME RAYNAUD take his talents from Stanford to the Boston Celtics, adding another layer to an already formidable lineup? The basketball community is watching closely, eager to see if this intriguing possibility will materialize into a reality. For now, it remains a compelling rumor, fueling conversations and anticipation around the NBA and the future of the Celtics. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Boston Celtics, please subscribe to our channel and give the video a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.